Good morning. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry about that. Rookie, you'd say. Who is this guy? Currently bullish. Beautiful sweep and failure. I think we head up higher at least to here. And that coincides as well with London highs that we've got at 960-ish. Right, so we've taken both sides of the 9 a.m. hourly. My expectation is that we trade up to London highs and then we come lower. We've got this beautiful liquidity spot. This beautiful liquidity spot where we've taken out, we've got London lows here. We've got yesterday's lunch lows, which is also beautiful. And you've got this 15-minute double bottom that has flat bottoms as well. So all eyes are on this first 15-minute candle. I think if we can close above here, then we want to position ourselves. Otherwise, I'm waiting for something lower, which looks like we're getting it right now if we can break underneath this. We just failed here as well. And we'll look to take at least 870 and then go beyond. Very violent move. Very violent move. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Can it? There goes 870 and woo! Violent. Ooh, that's nasty. Taking lunch lows as well. I did think London highs were the possibility, given that we engulfed Asia. We could be just sweeping out all of this and then rallying up, which is my expectation right now. I'm going to position myself for that long. Flash dump. Attempt to rally here. Ran everybody out early. We'll see what goes on. 2 minutes in. Yeah, this failure was beautiful at open for sure, but at least up here at 97, at least. That was gross that hit 87. Woo! We'll see how our first 5 ends up. This is very, very violent, obviously. Morning, Frank. Morning, FX. Everybody else that I missed. Again, I'm still looking for here. At minimum, barely missed. And I think inside of this area of interest would be lovely as well. That's lovely here so far, but we're within our first 5 minutes of the day, so pretty much anything can happen. But I think we wait until this goes from bearish to bullish, and then we can swing for the long. Whether we need a 5-minute sweep, whether we need something else, we'll find out very, very quickly. Right? This is looking very ugly so far with the spooling. Yes, I owe you and I owe the other gentleman a code. I will sort that out first thing this morning after the stream, and I'll do all 4 codes. I'll do all 4 codes today. So apologies on your on the delay with it. Please don't make me trade it today, man. Don't make me trade it today. Jesus. Good strength coming in. Lots of sell pressure. I half expect this 5-minute low to go, given how violent that it is. OPEX is a bit of a different beast entirely, so we'll see. I do want these 88s, and I think we get a little bit higher than that. So positioning myself for a rally into potentially taking London highs, but we're getting a lot of sell pressure from this 80 level still. Once that snaps, I think there's going to be a lot of shorts that are underwater if it snaps. And again, looking for a minimum of this high at 87. And if we get a blast, then I think we're taking a lot more prisoners than just that. But that's an F. Nasty leaving the 5-minute low. Nasty how they left this high as well. So do they sweep everybody out first? Is there implied SMT there? Maybe. It's very, very violently selling. So ES did take that low, NQ did not. That's actually very good for the bullish side. We got to get something going other than this sell pressure, though. Like how they're defending this area now. No valid low just yet. Nasty, failing above this candle twice. Still haven't achieved our objectives yet. I think continued strength here. Your stop goes underneath the low of day. You would expect it to not get swept because of the SMT. I'm just not liking the reaction here so far. Now, could we head even lower to this low before running all that out? We certainly could. No give at all so far. So short's getting paid. Your new 5 minute. Seeing what goes on. Good so far. But it's got to at least make a valid low, and then we can look for potentially a movement up. Potentially. At least back up into this manipulation area. I think we barely tapped into this leg here, which was your news candle. This is just not giving us anything so far. Liking the 5, but nothing of an entry on the 1 just yet. Major area of interest now. Specifically this open at 57s. Good. This is not a structural area of interest. This very well could be accumulation of a sideways move, manipulation, and then gone. You're seeing that kind of based off your 5. This is very, very violent. And now you've got a strong rally. We haven't traded into here yet. So we'll see where this ends up going. Little imbalance, short. Trading back down into here. We'll see if this gives us any sort of propulsion. You need this 5 to close inside for sure. You got a new 15-minute candle opening. If this 15-minute or this can close above, say inside of London, then we're really cooking. Otherwise, I think we still got lower to go. So 5 close inside, not exactly ideal. We wanted that to be a strong candle. Now we're just unloading now. My goodness. My goodness. That is something else. 64. Valid high. Cool. Trading back in. Cool. But that 15 needed to close above there. Otherwise, we've just been in bearish movement the entire time. Yep. Nothing to be said. Nothing at all. Good morning, good morning. Those of you guys that were short, beautiful. Nice little sweep and fail. Just nothing. Nothing in terms of longs at all. Yeah, very, very little bounce. I think there's a lot that's being left. And everybody that's going to be swing shorting. We did end up taking that 9 a.m. low that we left yesterday. And now if we're going to rally, this would be a good spot to consider. But this very, very violent on OPEX. Nice short, Sean. Beautiful. I still like London highs. I think that if we don't get a 5-minute CSD, like this is a nasty 5-minute candle. I think people were positioning themselves. Oh, excuse me. But the new 50-minute opened and just, that's what, 40 points? And we're just continuing lower. I think that yeah, this is no holds barred. There was a ton of sell pressure in here, which was your first major consideration for not going long. But that is an open and just what? A grand total of 1 point and then 40 points later. Boom. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was, did end up with a doji. It was actually slightly bullish. So we'll probably take this low and then we run for the high, which would be my expectation after trading into this. The open of 764 of this daily candle. You've kind of got this, which we've already dealt with. Cool. If we look at this being this area, then you've kind of got 700 or a little bit lower. But she is charging towards it. She's charging towards it. These higher time frame movements, especially in OPEX, it's really like a be dumb, follow price. You might expect this and then lower, or at least you're looking at this here and you see how that midpoint was slightly underneath. So it really just bounced off of the midpoint of this current swing and just died. And pretty much anything, any sell pressure above the 80s, you would have been fine. But just anything that pops up, gone. Pops up, gone. Even this candle, that's a little bit of a cheat code, right? So that opened, you had about 3 points of draw down there on that. But right after taking a higher time frame zone, less likely to take something like that even for a scalp. Obviously, it worked out extremely well today, but can't take trades based off of outcome, right? There is, what do we have? We've got consumer at 10 o'clock. Yep. So we had retail, and we'll have consumer in about 7 minutes. Consumer in about 7 minutes. What I liked here was that we had SMT. So if we were able to crack, then I think we had a massive movement coming in after we took out all that liquidity, which I liked a lot. I didn't position myself short here at all, as I wanted to see which of these were going to be taken first and then fade the move. I didn't expect this sort of violent movement, but this demands respect. So pretty much, given that we're in a higher time frame movement, I'm going to wait for anything on the 5 to give me any sort of idea to go long. As it stands right now, we are sell and sell only. And I think that's important because even if we got a 1 minute flip that came in, say somewhere down here perhaps, your 5 and your 15 are just unloading, and you see what ends up happening. You get a valid, or oops, you get a valid low, cool. There was no flip in here, of course, but the danger with, excuse me, with lower time frame flipping is that if it's not aligned with what the 1 and the, or the 5 and the 50 you want to do, then essentially you're taking these little pullbacks that are just your 5-minute time frame running a high and then blasting. So we'll see what ends up happening on consumer here in 5 minutes as well. This closes bearish. I mean, you could get a CRT maybe for that high. Who knows? But what will be more than likely is we either blast off of the consumer, so either taking this low and then you get a 15-minute CRT. Can't position myself for that right now. Morning Isnos, morning Kojak, morning Tigo, morning N1, morning Lucas, everybody else that I missed. When's the marble race? It'll be probably at about, well, I mean, this is exciting PA, so you're trading into your 5-minute imbalance right now. You got a nice accumulation manipulation. If we're monitoring, like, ideally you want strength, and then you get like a you're monitoring sort of this pushback. You want to see something very different than this, than this, than this. If you get sort of a stall candle, then fair enough. But you got 4 minutes to news, and we're trading above a 5-minute high inside of a very strong bearish movement. So caution for sure. Four minutes. This is kind of something similar to what I wanted for the rally. The SMT here, I thought would have lifted us a little bit higher, but just couldn't deal with the midpoint of that zone. So again, looking at this 5-minute high here, which is, yeah, it would be that candle. You got news in 3 minutes. Morning, Anon, ISM, NJ. What's going on, lads? Morning, Ikaro. Fly 12. It's worth noting this is a structural zone. This is actually your protected zone, as this wasn't a valid pullback. So you've actually got all the way up here for your target. So maybe consumer spikes and then we continue downwards. Who knows? Done for the day. Enjoy your weekend. Nice, Niza. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. You guys done the pass one, get one? I guess it's not BOGO, is it? What do they call it, Pogo? Just that. Let's adjust that. Mm-mm-mm. 20 seconds. Is there going to be fireworks? Fireworks higher then lower? This looks like it's chopping around at a 5-minute high. There it goes. And did it take it? 770. Double bottom so far. What a schmuck. Oh. There, I think closure above that, we leave the double bottom at least for later and we trade up into here. Oh, there it is. Don't know if I should long now. If you don't know, then I would wait. You're either looking for this to trade back in and then you're monitoring for failure, or you're looking for this to break. You've got this on the 5, which is leading higher. You've got a double bottom now on the 15 minutes, so I do expect at some point us to come back down there. What's likely is that ES has already taken it. Look at ES and look at NQ. Now, you would expect when ES is doing this that NQ also takes that low, right? So that's not like monitoring ES down at 469 and NQ's here and you're like, okay, well, I want to buy because it's going to hold. You would still expect that. It's not until afterwards, and now we're trading up inside of here where you're looking at that. But that's right at 10 a.m. news. That's very, very hard to get a hold of, right? But either way, the only thing in our control is when we hit the button. Nothing yet for short. I think that was valid. Strong push. We'll see if we can trade above this 5-minute high, which is this one here that started everything off. That's also a 15-minute high. Strong imbalance as well. Right, so here it goes. Now, if we get some sort of movement from here, then you'd look for this. That could be very, very violent. And I think we should be looking for this low, but we need to have some sort of an entry model as well. Otherwise, we just get wrecked on both sides. And I think the biggest problem with OPEX isn't necessarily that that things move so much, right? Like this is what 864 to 770, so it's about a 100-point move in about what 10 minutes. It's the ability to get involved as the market's delivering from area to area to area to area, right? Like look at this drop. That's that open was 803. That opened at 801. That's like a 3-point volume imbalance there. It's wild. Wild, wild, wild. So we're getting our first move, assuming we close underneath here. This is a valid short coming in. If. And that's only stage one of failure here. Sure, we got to add an area of interest, so we're interested. We're not just looking for failures just because. Say that happened, like, I don't know, over here or something. No bueno. Right, so you're monitoring this push up. If this push up fails, you've got a decent area as well. And only because this is the 5 and the 15-minute high. We want to see continued failure from there. At least down to here at 34.5. At least. Weird how it has not attempted to make a valid high just yet, right? That 40.50. I think if this had swept and failed and came back in, we've got danger. This very well could be buying and then sweep it out and then along. Who knows? We're going to find out very, very quickly, I think. We're jutting up into that 15-minute high again. If this goes red to green, or sorry, green to red, then I will short with a stop above the high and looking for lower. Okay. 59.75. And this should close bearish, otherwise we're in trouble. Definitely not the reaction that I wanted after that. Out it goes. Okay. Yeah, I took a long, I took a short, and then I took another short there. I didn't get any longs in here. I think your stop should be above the high, but I just did not like how that reacted. That was disgusting. So we'll see. I'm still aiming lower, but that's not how I wanted. Ideally, we would have created a valid high and then traded back in. I liked how it was reacting with this 15-minute, and then we took liquidity and we came back through. I didn't expect that to mitigate. So took a loss there. And now I have to be patient shorting. We've CSD'd on our 5. Well, this is a little bit tricky. I look at this as being the strong push down. We've got our 15-minute high here, which I did think we took, or we did take it. Right? This very well could just be something like this. And then if we snap, then you've got a very clean short, which I will take as well. And you could even argue that any strength on this candle, like if this closes underneath this one here at 54, then you can be aggressive with it, with this high. The issue for me is that we've got sustained movement on our 5, and our 5 did close above as well. So not a lot that I like out of it in terms of how it's delivering, but we'll see. Is it a strong recovery yet? I mean, you would want to see the 15-minute validate. Right? You have your CSD on your 1. This ended up double bottoming. So that moves up to your next area of interest, which is your 5. We've now closed above that. So if we look at the 5-minute CSD, it's actually all the way up here. It's actually all the way up here. Right? Still failing to validate any highs in this. Oh. I think that if we continue to fail here to go lower, then that's going to lift us to London highs as well. And I think the daily draw, as an aside too, is this high that we haven't taken, which is quite a bit higher. I'm not long. I'm waiting to see what the reaction is from this 15-minute candle, which looks very promising so far. Google News, huh? All eyes are on this 15. You got 50 seconds now for this high at 54s. And that's not to suggest that we can't close above here on the 15, which would actually be this here. And then that drives lower into your 5-minute imbalance, which is that, which is also this low. We sweep out all of this, and then we rally, which would be beautiful. I'm not positioned for that right now. But we're having a really hard time selling off from this consolidation that sent us really violently down in the first place. Which is a huge concern if you're looking for swing short, especially if you're targeting these equal lows. I think those equal lows are done. So we'll watch and wait for some sort of retracement back in. If this just continues to lift, I think that that was definitely something for higher. I was monitoring for short. I think that we do trade back down into the 50s. Now that we've got our closure above here as well. So we'll wait and see. We'll start saving the chat, I think. Maybe we'll do our first one soon. Yeah, I wanted this here initially, right? This is your strong manipulation. And then the question becomes, well, okay, so say we position ourselves for this movement and it doesn't come. Why wouldn't that come? Usually because it's saving it for later. Just had to have a higher time frame movement lower first. Fine. You're getting your 3 pushes up. So we'll wait and see if we get anything underneath this low here at 40s, which would be beautiful, stabbing into this area again. Right? And we didn't even take this liquidity as well, which is something else entirely. Who's feeling good right now that they're going to win something today? Anybody? We're going to do something pretty quick. Never even finished top 10. Trying doesn't hurt. How many years is it going to be until I get mine? That's the real question. Who here's old school manifestation where you guys believe in affirmations and that sort of stuff in the mirror every morning? Speaking of psychology. Morning, Zach. Mindfulness is better being aware than hoping for awareness. Okay. Bless me. So we're waiting to see for this 5-minute fair value gap. We'll see. I think we need to create a valid high on the 5 as well. What'll likely happen is we'll take that low into here, and then if we get a movement, beautiful. Watching, waiting, watching, waiting. This flip, assuming we flip, that's purpose is to trade underneath here. Here we go. There's the 5-minute low. You'll notice as well that we are retracing on the 5. We've created a valid high. We still have not taken anything above, which I like a lot. We're trading back to the midpoint of this SNDR area. So we're determining what's going to happen here. Still looking for a little bit lower inside of this. And we'll see if we can deal with this 5-minute low or not. If this creates a valid low in here, then we monitor the next candle and we continue on. But still looking for ideally underneath here at 40.50 and then 41. Problem with affirmations really is that if you don't really believe it's going to happen, then it's destructive. Which is what all those psychology gurus and whatnot talk about, but they don't really understand. So affirmations aren't anything. They might make you feel good in the moment, but they're actually doing they're actually unproductive on the other side. Any books on discipline and understanding? That's a strong push. Still haven't flipped, mind you, but you gotta like the valid low coming in here. I think NLP in 21 days is a good one. That'll give you an understanding. Ultimate Power by Tony Robbins is also equivalently good. If you deserve it, the universe will serve it. Yes, absolutely. You have to focus on becoming the person worthy of it. But confidence in everything, in reality, is like, where does confidence come from? Still not long waiting. I think people are scaling in here, so we'll see. I like that we took that. Right, again, 15-minute closure. It's trading back down. There it is. Violent, right back to the midpoint. Good. You would expect a little bit of a reaction from here. If there isn't one, then we are gone. And gone we are. Let's go. Clean up all of this and then 88s. Got to make at least, well, I mean, it doesn't have to make a valid low. That's just something that I want, which isn't anything the market's concerned about, I'm sure. But, whoo! Patience. Patience, right? And if you are long from anywhere underneath here, ideally the 40s. Ideally the 40s. Then you're probably break even now. You wouldn't expect this. Now you very well could just scale in and then your stop is underneath. And you're like, whatever. And I think that we trade up into this 88s. We take this for sure. Right? And this is what your 15 looks like now. You've got your London high all the way up if you're really, really looking for balls to the wall. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But more importantly than anything, is this a beautiful, like, screaming at you long as this closes here and then this one just goes? No. It's not really, right? That high is 66. We closed at 65 and then 65.75. We still haven't flipped. Still haven't flipped. Yeah, that's disgusting. ES just hanging out. NQ all the way up here in reality. Equal highs, next target, just took them. Cool. You want expansion at least for this high and then into 88s. I think if this fails here, you've got a very difficult decision to make. If it fails to CSD. Okay, we got that. Beautiful. Looking for 88 at minimum. At minimum. Yuck. If it isn't meant to be, it's not meant to be. This is also why we partial out. If you can, that is. Right? We did flip. So flip bearish, flip back bullish. You want to see this hold, which is this. Ironically, as much as this was a banger trade, still hasn't hit targets yet. You want to see this kind of respect. So you want to see this, if it's going to overshoot immediately trading up, and then it shouldn't really unload from here, which it's having difficulty doing. 10:30 as well. So bullish 5-minute close, not exactly ideal. I think it has to come down for these if we don't rally immediately from here. And that's just gross. Welcome to OPEX. So this will be a very important candle. If we get follow through, great. If you get follow through, great. This might be your wombo area as well. Right? So ideally, trading up into this candle, which it just has, and now starting to unload. Not wild about this at all. Not wild about this at all. I think we should have seen a little bit more explosive movement. This is still valid, but I just didn't like how violent this was. We'll see. Didn't get an ability to take it long here. I think that if you guys trade momentum based, or you're able to execute based off of momentum, then something in here is valid, at least for a movement up to here, and then you're monitoring it. It wasn't anything that I took. I can understand if you did. Yeah, shorts really caught me by surprise this morning. Love this area. Did not expect the violent follow through. We'll get some giveaways going here soon. We'll watch. Still dealing with this breaker here. Still dealing with it. Might not be done with this low yet. Just enough buying that it sent us up in the first place. Morning, Solo. Morning, Kelly. Yes, patience. But if you're patient for the wrong things, how effective is that? Right? That's not good either. I'm watching and waiting what goes on here. Not as eager to take the second tap in. I think it's probably fair. Right? You get your first push down, strong buying, great. Right? And then if you get your sort of double bottom in here, then that could really send us higher. My goodness. Oh, where is it? I have the wrong light on in my office. There we are. You dropped 100 points at open. That there is what I call crazy. Yep. Welcome to OPEX. Welcome to OPEX. We just flipped back. Violent flip. So flip bearish, flip bullish, flip back bearish. This is everything. Your 5-minute time frame. Or your 15. Right? So here's your 5. Yuck. Moment of truth inside this imbalance. If the 15-minute sweeps and fails, then we fly. If the 15-minute unloads, yikes. And it's got 10 minutes to do it. So ideally, we get some form of movement here underneath that low. Otherwise, we are in pain. We've now finally swept the low of this breaker on the way back down. So if we're going to come into somewhere, our final area of interest is 35, that low. We didn't take this flat bottom, fine. Fine. Right? But we're looking at this. And if this gives us a reaction, then beautiful, right? You need follow through from this now. You want either one of two things. One of two things is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for either this goes sideways and we get a change in personality after a strong buying area from a special area of interest, or you get this continues on, we close above this, beautiful, and then we attack the CSD. If this closes like this, I'm not involved. I think that it's possible, but very aggressive. But very aggressive. 15 seconds left in this candle. We'll see where it closes. Yikes. Strong push back in. Change in order flow, perhaps. You got a predominant high here, but nothing I'm interested in right now. I can understand the buying pressure. Very well could get a sweep of that low in a rally, but not good enough for me just yet. Morning, Wafa. What is OPEX? Yes, so there's a growing movement, and I think it's got a lot of merit that the options expiration prices, because of how much liquidity has been in options in recent years, that it affects the algorithm a lot more. And there is a central algorithm, whether you believe that it's 1 or a million. There is a central algorithm. It's made up of a lot of other algorithms. The argument isn't if there is one. The argument is if it's actually determined based off of volume or not. So if you have an options expiration day and there's a ton of open interest at a level, let's call it 780 on the QQQ, whatever the equivalent is, we should trade to there on OPEX. And you end up with these violent movements one way or the other. It also makes for very choppy PA because it's not determined by structure, it's determined by liquidity. And you end up having, if your direction is right, you're happy. If your direction is wrong, then even strong movements and imbalances and whatever end up failing. Still watching, still waiting, still failing this 15-minute low so far, which is a very, very good news for bulls. The concern is trading back into here and seeing weakness. Right? I'm still holding on to this narrative idea, and I don't like how this flipped and then sent us lower. I don't think that that alone is enough for me to feel that we're taking these lows. But essentially the decision is, do we fail here? And if we do, we're coming for this. At the very least, the hourly open, where we got on a rocket ship. And I think if we continue failing here, then we've attempted to go lower. We've actually got a lot of short interest in here. But all we've done is respect this 5-minute gap here. And that's going to send us higher. And we've got this intermediate area here. So we'll see. Continuing lower, play dumb, follow price, flipped, chop it around in here. Longs making money if they're scalping, shorts making money if they're scalping, at least in the right areas. We'll do the giveaway in how long? Not long. You got 3 minutes. I want to see what this 15-minute does. If we sweep and fail, beautiful. Otherwise, I think we just crash lower, at least into here. And you got these equal lows. Yeah, man. Rack them up. I'm not involved in anything myself. Here's the midpoint of that imbalance. My concern is this low, this 15-minute low at 39.25. 39.25. How to enter in the giveaway? You type in chat. You just entered. Two minutes. Wild how we're fighting for it right now. 39.25. 2 minutes. $39.25. Watching, waiting, watching, waiting, watching, waiting. I did take that initial imbalance. But entering here is very, very different than when we're testing it the first time. This movement, you got a violent push. If we chop around here and then we sweep it out, that trade idea is still valid. You've got to have your initial idea, your stop. Let's say your stop is here, and your trade idea is this. That's 2-to-1. That makes sense to us. Cool. But when you get that strong movement and it flipped, it has no business. If it's going to go, it's going to do something like this. It has no business coming back down for it one more time. Once the flip occurs. 50 seconds. 39.25. That 15-minute low. And it is a battle, isn't it? Up, no, 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 maybe, yes, no. 20 seconds, 31, 32. Who wants to bet it closes inside of it and gives us nothing? Five seconds. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And goodbye. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's get this going, shall we? Chopfest is right. Chopfest is right. Okay, where's my chat GPT? We're going to do we'll do one for you guys that have been here since the start. And then we'll ping everybody else to come in. And I think that's fair. Right? So, time obviously has a major factor just while we're waiting for ChatGPT to export this stuff. And I'm going to load in the marbles. The marbles. But, we chop around it here as we had this 15-minute that was pulling back. This was driving lower. I still liked this until this failed. That closure there at 1029 made no sense to me, especially the response from it. Right? So why did it take so long? It took so long because participants were waiting for this. If the 50-minute swept and failed, and they were positioning themselves here, those that are wrong are now exiting. Those that are right have a victory move. Here we are. Right? Here we are. There we are. You guys see it? There we are. You guys see it? Let's go. Put myself on mute. Let's get the names in there first, shall we? All right. Gotta get my face out of the way so you guys can see everything, eh? All right. You guys should all be in here. Let's get rid of that. Everybody should be in here. 94. 94. Customary to add the wife and the little minx. All right. First one for everybody that was here. If you have not been in this, get here earlier. Stop watching those other schmucks. When you do the, well, do we do the lab? No, we don't do the lab. We're gonna do, I like Dojo Bot. What we got? Oh, Shattered Dreams is actually a lot of fun. 96. 96. We'll do a second race for those of you guys that are late. Don't worry. If you're not in this one, it's because you showed up late. This is for a 50K DTF account. Let's go, and then we'll ping everybody after. Okay, good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Clad base off to a first place curse. Poor lad. Oh, Pip. Victor. Victor in Saitama. Jace. There's Matt Underwood, the legend. Oh, Demetrius, you were too young, bro. Slick Meister in the lead. I think this is a very aptly named. If your name's not on it, you'll be in the next one. For you late stragglers. Oh, he's through. We'll see if we get some launches. We'll see if we get some launches. He's setting a record so far. Where is he? Where is Slick? He's holding his breath. Oh, there goes Sean, Sam, Manbear. Good Kelowna boy. We'll have to chat, bro. Naimont came in there. Okay. Did we get a Shattered Dream this morning? No, it's Slick. He ended up doing it. What a guy. All right. Good lad. Where is he? He snuck it. Oh, MW. There he is. Let's see. Let's see if we get some cooked. See if we get some cooks. All right, let's get everybody in here. All right. We'll give a 30-second wait. I just pinged everybody in the group. I think Les is dealing with some stuff, so. She usually loves pinging everybody. I jumped on it today. We are giving one account away. Usually it's a lot more than that. Well, sorry, we do 4, but we did 2 on Wednesday. And then we'll do some more now. Right? So you guys got 1 left. You guys got 1 left. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait a couple seconds. We'll pick a map. I'll export the new name list for all you guys that are late. You enter by typing something in chat. Let's go. This is the OG marble races. As the market is looking to try and make a bottom at that news candle high. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Ten, 9, 8, 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3. All right. Wait for YouTube to catch up. It's still at 294. I'm pretty sure we're a heck of a lot higher than that. I might need a new plugin. Might need a new plugin. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's better. Okay. Let's do it again. All right, here we go, lads. Who's fired up? Who's feeling it? 128. 128 jumped. Like that stream, lads. You guys should all be in here. Those of you guys late to the party. $129. $129. What should we do? Do we feel the love? We Feel the Love, Marble Mill. Have we ever done that one? We have not. You know what? What was that one we had before? That long shot. There we go. Long shot. Long shot. Long shot. 129. Everybody praying, don't ping anybody. I want the chance. I want the chance. Well, very, very simple way of making sure you're involved in all of them, lads. Show up in the morning. You're showing up at 11 a.m., you're rolling the dice. Show up in the morning. Good luck. Slick, you're number one, but you've already won one, bro. Jenny Trades coming in. ISM, Lolly Star. Matthias in there, good lad. This is a funny map. This is a funny map as number one, even top five. It's not really as relevant as the other ones, is it? It's how much you get blasted. Mendez in there. What's up, Mendez? I didn't see you, bro. Demetrius, dead again. Oh, it's this thing. What? What? A true wrecking ball. A true wrecking ball. Oh, I see standard practice in there. Good lad. Good to see you. Good to see you. NTMFX counting his stars. Mr. Waffle Sack. I commend you on your creativity in creating your name. Here we go. We're starting to get launched. Stay on there, NTM. Mendez. That's a good shot, Mendez. But solo trades in there so far. Oh. No, we can do much farther than that, lads. Naisha coming in. No, we can do, yeah, FX, all right. Samson. Samson, that's a good shot. Michael, excuse me? Did he grow wings? Did he grow wings? What the? Here we go. Nope, nope, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. We got a few left. I don't think that's going to do it either. It looks like, I'm pretty sure that's a record. It is a record. There's the record candle, or the record marble. Michael, where are you? What the? Oh, I didn't yo back. Sorry, bro. You might have died, man, if your name's not showing. Where's Michael? There you are. Good lad. Good lad. All right. Congrats. Congrats. That's a new record. That's a new record. Okay, lads. Those of you guys that won, message me on the school community. I'm going to be posting some chart studies over the weekend for everybody as well. This week, these OPEX weeks can be a little bit challenging. We're also doing a lot of stuff in our group as well, so you guys can have that as well. There's that. And then certainly the Discord as well, if you guys are so inclined. We'll do a back testing for the community on Sunday. And that's the Discord invite. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry for those who did not win. Congrats to those that do. First place takes it. If you're not first, you last. All right. You guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys on Monday for some more streaming fun. Bye.